Well, anyway, as I was saying, congratulations to Tsong Chen for winning Season 4 Ark Nova Arena. Very impressive achievement. Very impressive for everyone in the top 10. It's not an easy feat. Dwarven Time getting second place after first place last season, Yeti having 2 accounts in the top 10. Very impressive, yes. My result wasn't what I wanted, but we'll move on. We'll improve next season. And yeah, there was a bit of drama towards the end of the arena season, which we'll get into. So, for about the last month, Tsong Chen was quite clearly in first spot. He wasn't playing any games, he was just camping on like 21-20 roughly. And he didn't need to play any games because no one was within like 30 points of him, so he was just chilling up there. But with about a week left, 6 days left, there were some people climbing like Dwarven Time. Electrold was another person who was getting really close, like above 2100. And Tsong Chen started these 2 turn-based games against his friend CN Player, which was... we were like a little bit suspicious when it happened because... firstly, the thing with turn-based is... I'm talking like within the last couple of weeks. When I was looking daily, Tsong Chen had a pretty clear lead for a lot of it. But with the thing with turn-based is, there's like, if you're coordinating with someone, these were clearly set up matches between friends because neither of these players had been playing within like the last 2 weeks, and then suddenly they're both matched up against each other in turn-based arena twice in a row. Like that's clearly not a coincidence. He's playing against his friend, fine. Not really the point of arena where you're meant to face random opponents, but the thing with turn-based is, if a game doesn't finish because it's the end of the season, the player with the most thinking time doesn't get a win, but they don't get penalized either. The player with the most thinking time used gets a loss, but the other player doesn't have anything happen. So we're thinking these were like insurance matches because it didn't look like either was going to finish. But then both of them did finish, and Tsong Chen won both of them pretty handily. So I wanted to look at one of them in particular just to see if there was like any suspicious behavior going on. Like, I don't want to discredit Tsong Chen's win because he was clearly ahead for most of the season. But at the same time, I don't think this was necessary to do. And it sort of left a bad taste in some people's mouth. So this is one of the games. We're going to look at it from CN Player's perspective. We're on Research Institute. There is this annoying purple bar here, but I can't get rid of it. It's just saying that the end of the arena season, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, from CN Player's perspective, there's herbivores, species diversity, Australia, end goals are small animal favourite. So, I mean, pretty damn good start with, like, Coty for species diversity. I don't know that you can take away too much from the picks here, but personally I would go petting zoo, petting zoo. I actually know maybe the Tarsier, maybe the Rhea. You can really justify a lot of them. Even just going for these is fine. It's changes to that. Totally normal. CN plays also second player here. Tsong Chen starts with Science Library. CN player starts by building a size 1. I think starting with Tarsier is reasonable enough. So this is going to be Asia Partner Zoo. Tsong Chen took the Europe Partner Zoo, which is okay. Yeah, so we'll point out that CN players ELO is, they're a strong player. It's like between 600 and 700. So we're expecting a high level game. Tsong Chen starts with a size 5. I like this move. I think it could have been done the opposite order, but anyway, Tarsier into jumping 4. Yeah, I mean, you could probably sponsors first, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, this gives Tsong Chen the heads up that yes, you have to play an animal right now, because there's about to be a break. And it's somewhat even. I mean, there's a partner zoo on 5. It does look like Tsong Chen has a release for it, otherwise you'd probably just not start with a bison as your first animal. I mean, the thing is, if you wanted to match up with someone in turn-based, I feel like in turn-based is the easiest way to do it, because they can just have their settings to elite only and just match up against each other. Tsong Chen snaps up Koala, which is a good snap. Australia plus double, not really. It's also herbivore, so it's like the bear icon for species plus herbivore plus Australia. So CN player just grabs America's partner zoo to upgrade build. Makes sense as 2 America's animals are going to come out soon. And Zoo School coming down for Tsong Chen. Grabbing Kookaburra, another Australia icon. Covering an X token as well. I mean, interesting starting positions. You could totally have built the size 5 down here and avoided the Europe partner zoo, but I guess money's an issue, and that's why the 5 money had to be covered. Display looking pretty nice. Herbivore breeding is very good for Tsong Chen. Talented communicator good for both players. No snap, just drawing. Still fine. So like with Sea Turtle, Tank, Coati, Bird, you have all your icons. Sloth Bear goes. Yeah, I like keeping Science Lab there. With Talented Communicator in the display, you're more likely to upgrade sponsors. There is the Bison release, so getting a partner zoo here is pretty nice, pretty big deal. Takes 5 money as a first. So when you're releasing a large animal, taking the money is generally a good idea. See, income is only 11. That's after the 5 money coming in. Grabbing Asia partner zoo. A little bit surprised not Australia, because we saw the Koala and the Kookaburra grabbed there. We just have a bit of building. Leaving room for a Sea Turtle tank up here. Tsong Chen building now. Grabs the Tapir. Which is going to be, well, I guess herbivore number 1 again. But could be for the herbivore breeding program. Migration recording also looking very nice for both players. Sea Turtle tank so we can grab the uni and most likely upgrade animals then, before doing animals. Makes sense. Also grabbing then sunbathing. Selling the Rhea makes sense because I think the plan is to play the Macaw from range. It would be too inconvenient for Tsong Chen to stop that. Though it would be pretty annoying if he got dug away here. You can wear the upgraded sponsors as well. One from hand. So I don't know. We know the hand is Koala Kookaburra. I'm going to assume those were two and then another random card. So because the Macaw got dug away, we just played the Hornbill from range. Now we still have 5 species with the Coati. Selling Science Lab, you know, I don't mind that either, because Communicator got dug away. You could still go upgraded sponsors for Wazalard, but on this map, the extra worker's 2 CP, so I think once Communicator go... Well, you have your last worker from this bear as well, so I still don't mind upgrading sponsors there, actually. Fine either way, the game's still pretty close right now. So with the Sea Turtle tank, drew a card randomly instead of the Macaw. It was in range, just drew from the deck. I don't know, like a little bit suspicious, but like I missed it there. I missed it completely. Tsong Chen snaps up Herbivore Breeding. Sun Bear appears. What are we grabbing here? Guess Herbivores is related to the project. Grabbing the money as well, so the Coati can be played. Well, just because it's money. Yeah, he did know about the tapir. I'm aware. Tsong Chen causes the break. Does not have snapping either, so... So I mean, even... You can say CN players making mistakes, but even with these mistakes, which I think... they're reasonable enough that I would make the mistakes in a real game. Even with these mistakes, CN player is in a great position right now. He can play Sunbear straight from the display, which he does. For 5 species. And yeah, I think this is really the move that is the most suspicious. Taking a 5 money reward over snapping. The problem with not taking snapping is there's a Rhino right here. Also, Native Lizard's really good, but Rhino being a herbivore for the projects plus giving a 5th Asia for just 5 Asia projects. This seems quite unrealistic not to snap it up. Multiplier on sponsors is expected. I mean, the multiplier on sponsors, you could also just straight up make an argument that it should have been snapping Native Lizards too. But not snapping one of them is... I don't know, the Rhino especially. I think if we were to poll, like, the top 100 players, nearly all of them would be snapping Rhino there. So I think that's really the suspicious move. Because CN player has quite a nice lead at the moment. The Rhino would be perfect to continue the game going, but what might end up happening is that CN player runs out of projects, and that's solely because the Rhino's gone. Like, not making any progress towards Australia. Has 1 herbivore, but 2 would even be nice. That's what we're analysing now, Howard. If this match was thrown or not. Tsong Chen does have the herbivore breeding program and snaps up the Rhino, which is the move that we're expecting a turn ago. The Rhino's going to be a pretty huge difference maker here. Yeah, now snaps up native lizards. So that's the thing, right? If you're planning on snapping something from the display, then taking the snapping action is like a determination ability. It's like giving you an extra action for free. So the fact that native lizards was snapped up there makes it pretty suspicious, because you already knew that the multiplier was going on sponsors. So I think if your plan was to get native lizards, you just snap it up. And then maybe I could excuse not taking the Rhino because you've got multiplier on sponsors and you got lizards plus herbivores to play. But even still, I'm snapping up the Rhino. Still a really nice native lizards, like 7 points plus a sunbathing. Not that we want to sunbathe anything here, hopefully. Selling the herbivores is a little bit weird, right? Because it's still a project you can do for 2. And it's still going to give more than enough money back because we know Tsong Chen has a koala. And it's not like we especially need a break, because we can play the Coty and get another worker to get our uni. So I don't really know why you would sell Expert in Herbivores instead of just playing it there. I see like literally no benefit. Because yeah, they both have even money. See and Play even has more money if Expert comes down. And yeah, you just play the Coty, get your other worker, get your uni, and you're quite happy with this round. Oh yeah, we know the Rhino was coming down as well. So like Expert in Herbivores just made more money than Break 5. And now if we look at the positions, Sand Play is the one who really doesn't want to break because they have 30 money. Petting Zoo's fine because we see 2 petting zoo animals. Yeah, now the break when Sand Player would love to stay in this round like 2 more turns minimum. Horse Snap, just denial. Not having snapping here as well, like getting the Python would be pretty massive. Instead, both the petting zoos just get snapped away. Second uni for the 4th upgrade. I mean, yeah, now we have the problem that I was talking about, like no projects on the horizon. Like, what do you support next? You don't have a herbivore, can't release a herbivore, can't support a breeding program, can't do 2 herbivores, you got no Australia coming. It's just another Break 5. And yeah, Sand Player is going to have a ton of money and not much to spend it on. Like, what is this brown bear going to associate twice? Now it's like a desperation cards action. Don't know about the I guess the arcade is to put the rock python into range potentially. Partner Zoo and uni for Tsong Chen. Not really many endgames to speak of. Science Library, not getting hit yet. We just know that Tsong Chen has a big project in hand and still working towards Australia 5. Okay, this move, I actually have no idea why you would cause the break there. You want to play something more than just a Coty or a Python, but you have infinite money. You don't have a project. You have a sponsor in hand that's going to at least give you points. And you don't have snapping to get these other cards easier. So, I mean, in hindsight, the 5 money looks like a really foolish decision. At the time, when there was the Rhino on display, it still even looked bad then. And now the plan is to build a size 5, play Brown Bear Coty. Yeah, but this is what we were saying. There's nothing to Brown Bear here. Meanwhile, Tsong Chen can do, well, it looks like they have species diversity, but yeah, they can do 2 herbivores, 3 species. They're working towards Australia. They have the Rhino project. Oh, the Rhino project is maybe Asia, maybe just habitats, actually. Constricting cards is... yeah. What happened to the card draw? It's a bit weird. Right, size 3 is nice. Yeah, just maxing out partner zoos. I don't know about clevering back cards though. Cards is the one thing that you need to do because you have no project. Causing a break doesn't do much when you don't have snapping. Tsong Chen takes clever. Tactically, we're causing the break now because we're out of money because we donated a lot and played a big brown bear. But we're not in any position to close out the match because we need to do cards actions to find something to close out the match. And anything that appears is just going to get snapped up because Tsong Chen has snapping. And Moose is a great snap. There is Koala and probably Kookaburra. No, just Moose. Yeah, Moose for 4 herbivores, sure. 4 herbivores and still Rhino Project, which we don't know what it is. Yeah, now all of a sudden Tsong Chen has a pretty big lead because of the projects. Oh, okay, random. That was what was drawn before, okay. I guess selling doesn't make much of a difference, but you'd probably still rather have the playable animal. Size 5. We had to spend an extra cards there. No, so probably Siberian Tiger plus Kookaburra just to end. Yeah, I'm not even worried about doing Australia 4 just ending. We finish with 2 rep and a donation. I mean, it's a little bit sus. So I mean, at one stage, CN player was leading quite handily, but yet, I mean, it shows you, like, suspicion aside, like not snapping the Rhino, there's a huge tactical error because, well, it didn't even need the project from it, but it's a playable animal. The project would have been great for CN player. It's exactly what it was missing the whole game. So at the end of the day, like, the results of these 2 matches did not matter for their standings. Because Tsong Chen won the arena season by like 60, 70 points. But I think the timing of them, is obviously suspicious. But also just having like the psychological barrier, like knowing even if someone catches to your 21-20 arena score, you have these 2 games as backup plan. It's something that didn't need to happen. Kind of sours the arena season a little bit. Like, obviously nothing's gonna come of this because Board Game Arena don't have enough staff to care about problems like this. Like, the for sale arena season has been ruined 4 or 5 seasons in a row. They don't care. But yeah, it's pretty suspicious. Like, this is a very strong player. And if you're going to set up a match and throw it for a result, like making just one mistake like that, which you could brush aside, is like the perfect way to do it. I mean, to the vast majority of people, it's probably not a suspicious game at all. Like, Tsong Chen just had good draws, but CN Play like threw away a lot of good draws there. Not playing expert in herbivores when there's the project for it. Not snapping the rhino. There were just some weird moves, and CN Play could have easily won this game. Anyway, I still do want to celebrate Tsong Chen's win. It was still deserved, even though the last 2 games of the season soured it a bit. So this is a game from much earlier in the season, where Tsong Chen is on full display. This is against Coolest, who is another high-rated opponent. I remember, like, Season 1, they just completely destroyed me a few games in a row. They're a strong player. They're still, like, 600 now or something. We are on Ice Cream Palace. Looking at this from Tsong Chen's perspective, projects are reptiles, birds, and herbivores. End goal's favourite zoo. Very nice. Opening hand, not very nice, though. Don't actually know what you keep here, because there's like a whole lot of nothing. It's like not even animals related to the project. There is a turtle and that's it. So I don't know, Tassie Devil's pretty good for the early rep and pouching, giving some nice appeal. Like something like this, hoping for releases or something. Honestly, don't know. Keeps the tortoise. Okay. Display not looking too great either. Like, there's a reptile, there's a reindeer for herbivores, there's an elephant for herbivores, but Tsong Chen is first player to start with a petting zoo. Pretty standard spot. Opponent draws from the deck. And Tsong Chen snaps up spokesperson here. I mean, out of everything on the display, it's the best, like, overall power card, I guess. I don't know if I would have snapped it though, like, probably just be searching for something else. So the opponent can uniblock here. They choose not to. I mean, you can also justify taking hand size because they have 6 cards in hand and Tsong Chen is threatening the break. Opponent just X's out build. It's like, what the heck? Nothing is built. The sponsors is at 5. There must be crazy things about to happen here. Tsong Chen, I think, correctly plays an animal, because now you can just break. Now you don't care. You've played an animal, you have better income, you just break. The opponent plays a Carpy stable. It's going to be one of those games again. Over the player sponsor for money as well, just in case you needed to play more sponsors. Into expert in herbivores. Into Bard Owl Hut. And we can still play one more. Into Side Entrance. Not bad from one turn. Herbivores being a project, getting 2 out of the 5 there, plus just every herbivore you play now is going to carry that much extra value. I thought quite odd here from Tsong Chen. Playing spokesperson anyway, I would have been very tempted to just cause the break because my opponents put out side entrance. There are kiosk spots to cover up, and they haven't played an animal yet, so they definitely want to stay in the round. But plays it anyway, and that's the 5th rep to upgrade build. So, like, we can take a full build action here. They do build a size 2 and put a kiosk here, which is fine, because you can, like, build a size 1 or pavilion here and then put the kiosk down here. The last game was drama. This game is drama-free. Tsong Chen just draws from the deck. Doesn't hit a whole lot. I mean, hits a stalk. There are birds. Good release candidate. That's about it. It does full build action now. Plays Primatologist. So 12 income. Opponent X'd out animals without playing any. Yeah, that's exactly it, monkey unit. We just reviewed one of them earlier. Okay, opponent plays Adventure Playground now, so I mean, they're going to put that next to side entrance, we guess. Oh no, they're going to cover the last kiosk, of course. Yeah, so that shoots them up to 20 income without an animal played. This is just the break. So I mean, our opponent's in a good spot. 20 income plus 2 herbivores. Good petting zoo animals for Tsong Chen though. Yeah, we just went over one of those. I mean, I'm guilty of playing very poorly at some stages. If you were to look at all my games, you would think I'm throwing in a lot of them, so I understand we're like selecting a couple of games. Opponent just grabs second uni, upgrades, build and animals, pretty standard. We have second uni from Tsong Chen, probably for animals, so we can get a second worker after playing the Tassie Devil. Opponent building before doing cards to take the Chinese Water Dragon. Okay. I mean, that's reasonable. Reptiles are the project. All these petting zoo animals. Oh yeah, there's horse here as well. Tsong Chen drawing from the deck and hitting a kind of jackpot here. Predator breeding will be very nice. I mean, even just having both these projects is huge. Opponent drawing from the deck. So I imagine then from Tsong Chen we're going to see horse plus Tassie Devil, horse plus Caracal. We can't afford it, obviously. Just one. But yeah, second worker for a, I guess, Africa partner zoo. Could be Australia. The reason I'd lean more towards Africa is you're more likely to find you get predator breeding and you have the potential to find primate breeding. Opponent plays Rock Monitor Sunbathing 3. And then Reindeer from display. Yeah, that's nice. That's their third herbivore. And they get to play Geologist from display. From hand. Thanks to a Carpy stable, which is now fully used. I mean, that's a pretty sick opening. Tsong Chen does a little build action to cover. Full build action thanks to the 5 money. Takes release of patterns as well. Native farm should be very interesting. Opponent causes the break before Tsong Chen can use the worker, so I mean that's good. Opponent has a pretty huge lead here. I'm still surprised by keeping this turtle for so long. I guess on ice cream piles, because you have a lot of money, it's good to keep these like expensive animals for later. It's still a long time to keep it with Noah America's played. Here's Africa Partner Zoo, yep. Asia Partner Zoo for opponent. It's release for 2. Probably gonna upgrade cards here. I don't know, is native farm good enough that you would spend an X to snap it up here? Maybe. Because it's going to get taken away from this card's action coming up for sure. Alright, they clearly have animals ready to play. Native farm goes. Crocodile goes. Opponent just draws from the deck. So it looks like we're going to see Caracal plus 3rd Petting Zoo. And it's just enough to stay under 25 appeal as well for native farm animals, which should definitely come down. Playing the hunting animal first. Good. Yeah, muskox is herbivore, sure. Actually playing Tassie Devil instead of Petting Zoo. To take the Python away and I guess... Okay, Pouching Victory Column. Guess that is nice. Playing around the potential to be constricted. Wouldn't really have considered that, but like getting constricted now would be super annoying on association. Opponent plays Giraffe for their 4th herbivore. And Dusky Leaf. Sure, fine. They clever down. Oh, okay, that's actually. Oh, that's very nice. They clever down build then sponsors thanks to the Giraffe. Bit awkward having animals there ahead of build when there's only a size 1 enclosure. But what it most likely means is there's going to be a size 2 reward here from the from Herbivores 4. Predator breeding into snapping. Snaps up the elephant. And gets partner zoo from 5. Sponsor upgraded here as well. I mean, sponsor upgrade is good. I don't really see the why you do it over a so-so at this point in the game. I don't see many. There aren't many players that play turn-based arena. I don't see that many turn-based games. Tsong Chen is one of them. Opponent does Herbivores 4 and takes snapping. I guess Sea Cave, yeah. Okay, we upgraded sponsors just to keep up with the money. Okay. Yeah, whenever I play turn-based in like tournaments, I find myself online at the same time as opponents quite often. Eagle is a huge snap here. Oh, this game's definitely... I'm not trying to prove this game is not legit. This game's legit. We're just looking at Tsong Chen playing really well. Currently. Opponent snaps up the Lesser Bird of Paradise, which is good because they have a size 1 for it. They do a cards action. What are we building now, Tsong Chen? You don't have to build the aviary yet. It's still quite early. You want to build around native farm animals, I guess. But how do you do that? Because you want a size 5 for the elephant. Do you just throw out a size 5? We have a size 4 for the muskox. I guess the muskox looks really appealing now with all these sponsors. We also might not be playing native farm. That would be kind of crazy. No, maybe we're just not playing it. Still a good card to play though. Also, this could be for the eagle, to be fair. I was going to say, if it's for the muskox, it doesn't really make sense to take a sponsor from the display. But covering the clever to get rid of cards is great. Well, the other breeding program shows up. Opponent just builds 4. Yeah, that's the awkward thing about having build before animals. We have third uni because still spokesperson. We have the opponent grabbing Africa, so now they have all their 4 upgrades. Yeah, points are level right now. Well, I think the main thing that's going to put Tsong Chen ahead is like potential double breeding program here. Just allows you to do like really any project you want. Oh, we do have native farm coming out. Okay. There is the Lesser Bird of Paradise. a little annoyed that this side entrance has not been completely surrounded yet, but I guess money is not really a problem for them. Very nice zebra as well. If this is to boost down sponsors, I know. Oh, you just keep sponsors here because expert on Africa's here. Boost it down anyway. Felt like a good time to leave it up there. Then you can boost. Then you can clever down cards when experts played. I think that's just a small mistake from the opponent. Dug away the adder. Reveals research, which is really nice for him. So if we play muskox here, we get breeding program and then interesting. Just the guinea pig now. So the muskox must be dead, and it's just for the eagle then. That's pretty good monkey unit. I've seen a 20-point geologist though. Hard to beat that. So this is a... I was going to say you could just do a build action and get researched that way. I guess the build action wants to be a size 5 for this elephant here. But so this is just a card's action to get research and maybe breeding program. Definitely research. Just another herbivore, okay. So this is just for the eagle. Yeah, I mean everyone hates playing against Cable Car Aquarium because they're just that strong. Opponent just draws everything from the deck. Okay, size 5. The eagle makes the total tortoise playable now. So I guess with elephant, tapir, breeding co-op, there is 5 herbivores. Lemur is funny for the opponent, but oh, dear God, they do not need more money. I guess, but they still have 10 cards. Like, selling just allows them to stay in the round longer. And they have more sunbathing. I mean, what the opponent really needs is a rhino, because they're about to play expert on Africa as well. Research 4 comes down for Tsong Chen. Or we even get a size... Oh, actually... I think you actually just want to play breeding co-op for money here and just break 5. Yeah, I think that's like... It's very tempting to build a size 3 for the tortoise, but I'm not convinced you need to play the tortoise. Like, eagle, elephant... I mean, even just elephant, tapir, herbivores 5 plus eagle somewhere at the end is getting pretty close to ending. I guess you do need to take a build action anyway. Oh, speaking of rock projects, opponent plays Geological 4. They get even more money. And they take Pouching. Yeah, Snapping Pouching is a good combo. Size 2 would be bad if they had a large animal to play. But size 2 just... I guess size 2 doesn't matter because you can just take it at the end of the game to fill up map. They get the size 3 anyway. Okay, that makes sense. So they're filling map with side entrance in one build action. The issue the opponent has is Unless they have 4 reptiles, they're only doing a small project to finish the game with. I'm going to assume they don't have 5 birds. This is just the break. I mean, Tsong Chen looks a little bit behind, but Eagle, Elephant, and 5 herbivores is going to change that very quickly. There is enough money to play all 3. Or even Bamboo Forest for another project is like perfect to finish the game. I guess probably calculated that he doesn't need it and instead is more scared of the potential vulture coming out. Which is reasonable, yeah. Opponent has some decent herbivore releases, like Reindeer is a good release. Yeah, that should definitely be snapped up. They do pouch again, so now they have a 16-point lead. Oh, Moose. Moose actually not good, not actually even playable for the opponent. Wow. Don't often say that when they have 5 herbivores. I mean, they have experts, so now they do it, and now they clever down animals. That's a little bit of an odd clever down. Didn't really dig into anything useful there. Yeah, this is 5 herbivores though. Well, large animal's going to be okay. Large animal is 2 CP once the eagle comes down. It's not bad. Yeah, points have leveled up, but now the opponent has 89 money, but they just clevered down animals, which is... I mean, it must be a mistake. They've been pouching very, very aggressively, so they only have 1 card, which is a problem for them. So I understand wanting to do a cards action, but I don't like clevering down animals there. Low mountain range appears, which is nice to release the eagle. Horse Science Museum as well. Okay, opponent has a project and they're going to grab their last worker. It looks like. Yeah, they do have that reindeer release. They do take worker. So get some close. Like if they have animals to play, they can end next turn. And they have good end games. Okay, this is herbivores into not even last worker, just another worker to support another project. Oh yeah, so Tsong Chen can always finish with Eagle into release. Only able to play 1 animal though. Oh yeah, of course opponent wants to fully cover map. This gives Tsong Chen the opportunity to cause the break, but that actually probably just isn't better. Apparently it is better. It's an interesting one because you just give your opponent another 2 pouches. And you don't have room to play another animal. Oh, sorry, you're going to snap up the moose. Okay, then it does make sense. Snap up the moose makes sense then. Yeah, I'm not sure how that moose lived. Opponent does have snapping as well. They snap Tamarin. They pouch 2, so they're on 98. Yeah, they have 126 money. I mean, that's one of the ways that you counter side entrance. You just break so they have so much money that they can't spend it. This is just ending the game here, which is very reasonable because the opponent doesn't know that Tsong Chen has an eagle. Although Thorny Devil is really not good to end the game with. Yeah, pretty poor animals action to finish, actually. But the display is just dead. Like, you can't delay and take another card's action. So this is Eagle Moose into release, it looks like. Going to be a pretty close finish. There is 1 CP of native farm here. Not hitting breeding co-op. Opponent's got only 1x from Expert on Africa, but Geologist side entrance. I guess that's it. We do have double elephant endgame here. Into 2 pouching as well. Release moose or eagle doesn't matter, I think. Geologist, side entrance. Climbing park. Pretty good. I guess even if it was architectural, Tsong Chen still wins it on tiebreakers, so this was a good game. How many turns was this? I didn't point out that the first game we looked at was 25 turns, but that was obviously because both players were contributing to the break pretty heavily. This was a 31 turn. Yeah, well played this game. So yeah, still congratulations Tsong Chen on being the newest champion. Look forward to seeing the victory column. That is all we're going to look at today though, so thank you everyone for watching. Have a good rest of the day and see you next time.